Hello everyone and welcome to another in our series of video chats. Now, last month, former University of Exeter rugby star Clara Nielson returned to the city to join the Exeter Chiefs. Formerly of the Bristol Bears, Clara's impressive performances have also seen her play for England. And today she joins us to talk a little about playing women's rugby and what it's like to return to Exeter. So hi Clara, thanks so much for joining us.
Hiya, thanks for having me.
Can I ask you first, what initially sparked your interest in playing rugby?
I think probably quite a classic story, but I've got two brothers and they were sport mad growing up. We all were, and my dad was really into rugby, so it was just sort of always around as children growing up. And yeah, it wasn't really that strange, the thought that I would go to school and play tag rugby with my brother. So it just sort of happened from there, and I kept going really.
What was it like playing rugby at school as a girl when, that wasn't such a usual thing necessarily?
So at my primary school, I played tag rugby and there was a couple of girls, so it wasn't just me. But I remember when I changed schools in, I think it was year 4 or 5, and they were going around saying, oh, what did we want to do? We had like an activity slot and it was like, oh, who wants to do rugby? And I raised my hand and I looked around, I was like, oh, I'm the only girl. But I didn't really think too much of it really. I think maybe because I've grown up with two brothers, that I didn't really feel that unusual or anything. But yeah, I was the only girl for, well, until I was, I think 12, when you have to stop, and then it goes to all girls. So
okay,
it's a bit strange, but at the same time I kind of enjoyed it. So it was fine.
Cool. Now, when you were at Exeter playing rugby, you were part of the Bucks championship winning team a couple of years ago. I mean, how did that feel, winning the championship? Do you still have good memories of that day?
Yeah, so I guess because I was at uni for so long, but I was actually lucky enough to win it 3 times.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so
poor research on my part there.
no, it's because I did my undergrad as well. So when I was a fresher, we won it. And then the last 2 times I was lucky enough to be a part of it as well. But I can still remember every single one. It was just a great experience, and I think the fact that we were also lucky enough that it was at Twickenham, and it doesn't really get much better than that, running out at Twickenham with your best mates after this season-long journey. And we just had a really good team. Obviously, Jo Yap was the coach for all 3 times. So yeah, she got a good team going, and yeah, it was great. It was a great day. All our friends and family there, and people from the uni came up to support. So yeah, it was good.
Awesome. What was it like playing for the women's rugby team at the university?
I just had the best time. I think if I go back to when I started as a fresher, obviously you go to uni and you don't really know that many people, but joining any sports team, but especially, I don't know, there's just something about a rugby team that you have sort of that friendship group straight away, and you're able to automatically have like 20, 30, 40 people that actually you recognize walking around campus, or you can go for a coffee with, you can go to the pub with, and you have that straight away. So I think it just massively makes you settle in more and breaks the ice. And yeah, for me, it made my whole uni experience so much better. And obviously I wouldn't be where I am today or have played for England or anything like that if it wasn't for uni rugby, just not just the playing side, but everything that comes with it, like the S&C and all the support you get, and everything.
Cool. Now you've been in Bristol for a few years, but you've come back. What's it like coming back to Exeter now?
It's great. I'm not gonna lie. I know, so I'm from Devon, like originally anyway, where I grew up. And yeah, obviously I was in Exeter for a fair few years. But yeah, it does feel like I've come home again. And yeah, I mean, it might sound a bit sad, but I just do love that. I do love living in Devon. it's
Nothing wrong with that at all.
yeah, it's nice to see like some familiar faces again, and yeah, be in a familiar surrounding, and I'm closer to my family as well, which for me is important. So yeah, I'm really enjoying being back.
Awesome. And can I ask, what kind of goals and ambitions do you have? Because you're still in the really early stages of your rugby career. What would you really love to achieve next few years?
Well, I'd really love to win the Prem with Exeter. Um, I think, yeah, that's something that unfortunately we didn't quite manage at Bristol. And for me, like on a personal level, I'd love to get another cap,
Yep.
and to push to be like back in that pile. But I think first and foremost right now, just last season with COVID and everything, it was quite stressful, and I just want to get back to like playing my best rugby, enjoying myself, and yeah, get back to some winning ways and hopefully push Chiefs all the way.
Awesome. Cool. Now, how I wanted to ask you about women's rugby in general, and the kind of the rise of it in recent years. You know, when I was a kid, women's rugby wasn't really a thing, and that's huge. I mean, how exciting is that as somebody who's part of the sport? How excited are you for the future of it?
Yeah, I think like since I started, things have got better and better, and it's always going to be a relatively slow process, but it's super exciting. Just even thinking about where women's rugby can go, just in the in the immediate future. So, for example, like our pre-season friendly 2 weeks ago, we had nearly 3,000 people
Wow.
come to Sandy Park, which is a big step in the right direction, and like you really felt it on the pitch. It was really great atmosphere. And yeah, more and more girls and women are getting involved in the sport, and it is going from strength to strength. And yeah, I hope that it continues, and that the support that is still needed is put in place, and that girls actually growing up can be like, that's a career path, and that's what I want to do when I get older, and that's the sport I want to take part in.
Brilliant. And on that theme, have you got any kind of tips or advice for young girls who are thinking about playing rugby really early on?
Yeah, I think that just definitely try it, join in. It really is a game for everyone, and that might sound like a cliche, but it really is. Like any shape, size, background, whatever. Like it's such an inclusive group of people, um, and just have fun. Like everyone does their best at whatever they're doing when they're enjoying it. So yeah, learn as much as you can and have fun, but definitely try it, because I think even people that are a bit like, I'm not sure, I think you'll get something out of it.
Brilliant, thank you. And I just finally wanted to change the subject completely, because you've recently completed a PhD in marine biology while also playing rugby full time. I mean, where do you find the time and the energy, and what kind of inspired you to do a PhD during that?
So in my undergrad, I just really loved, I did biological science, and I really loved the marine side of things. And my dissertation tutor, who's Dr. Kerry Lewis, was like sort of took me on to do a master's that turned into a PhD. So yeah, her support, like she's great, she's so enthusiastic, and yeah, I just really loved it. And it was definitely something that I wanted to do, like, and study further. And she was super supportive in the fact that she allowed me to miss a Wednesday afternoon to go play rugby, if I made up for it at a different time.
Yeah.
So that, yeah, them and rugby was super flexible, but I don't know, I think you just sort of crack on with it really. And I just had to make sure I was very organised. I'd say my time management skills improved greatly. But yeah, I think it helps when, yeah, like I said, you enjoy it. So I was really enjoying that, really enjoying my rugby. So it didn't really ever seem like a chore or anything. And I managed to do some, yeah, awesome experiences with my PhD. Like I've been to the Arctic twice,
Oh
which
wow.
it's just mental if you think about it. So yes, it was great, and I definitely wouldn't have changed anything.
Brilliant. I wish I had some of your energy and commitment, to be honest. Well, thank you, Clara, so much for taking the time out to come and talk to us. And good luck in your new career at the Chiefs. Obviously, we're all going to be hoping that you guys win Premiership. You know, not that we're biased or anything at all. So huge good luck for that season and for the future in general. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.